Yeah, I know Ultimate Madness 4 is coming around the corner. LTBR daily in the morning. Here we are on a Monday morning. I gotta let it be known. Parlay season is around the corner. We will be taking bets again. You already know the vibes. And guess what? I got some exclusive for you guys. We got a liquid partner. That's right. I can't say who it is yet, but we got a liquid partner. So now we have a foundation of cash to play with, and we can take unlimited bets. Because last time we had to cap it off. We had to have a ceiling on our bets. If we didn't have enough liquid, we couldn't pay the people. Now we got a liquid partner. And hello. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all know I'm excited, man. Parlay season is amongst us. We're gonna have eight battle parlays. You're gonna be able to pick which one of the 16 guys you think will win the whole thing. We're gonna put odds on all the guys. Like, it's about to get crazy. For the next 2 months, LTBR is going to be the Ultimate Madness 4 hub, because we're going to have nonstop coverage around the culture for this. We're going to create the guide. We're going to take bets. It's a whole lot going on. Oh, Elijah Straight's in the building. Salute to Elijah Straight. My brother, I was actually watching some film of you yesterday. I was having a conversation with the Saga about you yesterday. I won't get into details here about all that, but just know I am extremely excited to see you versus Next. In fact, I'm a little disappointed that you guys have to eliminate one or the other in the first round. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really yeah. Listen, Jav, if you know me, Jav, I've been big on new talent. I've been tracking. I know all the PG classes. I know all the guys. I know all the PG stats. Like, if this is nothing new. This is on brand with who I am. I love new talent. I love new names. You know what I'm saying? So salute to that, man. Let's talk about all the stuff that transpired this weekend, man. I'm gonna throw it to you guys because we're gonna make this a quick stream. I want to just touch on the biggest points. Hollow versus Rum was announced. We can recap Queen of the Ring. We can talk about Battle Academy, or we can talk about the West Coast Elites. What do you guys prefer to start the show with? I'm gonna give the show. I'm gonna put the show in your hands. What do y'all want to start with talking? Some Queen of the Ring, some Hollow. I see Hollow. I see West Coast. I see Hollow. There's a day for Hollow and Rum. Queens, Nitty. Okay, I see more Hollow and Nitty, so I'll start with Hollow and Nitty briefly. Go back with. I'll start with Hollow and Nitty, then I'll go to the West Coast Elites because that was last night. Hollow the Don and Rum Nitty will be headlining the Super Fight 3 card going down July 17th, 2 days after Smack's birthday. Smack is a Cancer. His birthday is July 15th. This is nothing new. If you've been following URL for all these years too, every single year he does an event or an exclusive one-off battle for his birthday as a birthday treat to himself, which is kind of odd, right? Because you do battles all year round. Like, for your birthday, you want another battle for you? Like, don't you get tired of it? Like, he has 3 events going on. He has July 10th, July 17th, then Ultimate Madness 4. He's only taking a break this weekend, and then he's right back onto the grind. Like, these guys don't stop. So I'm surprised they want to use battles as gifts for themselves. But hey, that is what it is. Hollow versus Rum Nitty. Hollow is a strategist. We know this. I see a lot of you guys selling on Hollow, though. I see a lot of comments. I see the messages on the chats. I see the battle rap Reddits. I see the tweets on Twitter. A lot of people are selling on Hollow. If Hollow was a stock, they're not buying it. They're selling it. You know what I'm saying? They don't think Hollow can compete with Rum Nitty, and this is the usual thing that happens with Rum that I kind of don't like about Rum Nitty. Every time he gets an announcement made, everybody screams out Rum 3-0, and more times often than not, he wins the battle, but not by that fashion people project him to. And so I always get a little skeptical when that happens. Plus, because Hollow's such a strategist, he hasn't battled one-on-one in now almost 2 years, at least 18 months. He's sitting on material. He's one of those guys that can sit back and wait to gather everything and then say, all right, book the match. So when he makes the call and these things get locked in, it's because he has a strategy. It's because he has rounds ready. It's because he knows the angle he's going to take. Like, this is serious for him. And I mean, this is a guy that only battles once or twice a year to begin with. So when he battled Arsenal, John, and Math 3 times within 12-month span, you saw it. Like, there was a little, not decline, but it wasn't the same Hollow, right? It didn't hit the same for us. Like, some of the John performance was okay, right? You know, it was okay. The Math performance, that's a debacle. I think that's a stain that people don't want to admit. Then he battles Danny later on that year, 10 months down the line. And look, Hollow's still Hollow the Don. He has all this versatility, and when the mind is revamped, like, a lot of dangerous things can happen. So I'm not one to sit here and say Nity's just gonna walk all over Hollow, but the two things that make me very confident in somebody picking Nitty to win is how much Nitty wants this battle, how motivated he is, and how open-minded he is to elevating his game. Like, if you notice in Ultimate Madness 3, when Nitty battled Cortez, I love that material. In fact, I kind of wish he saved that material. Like, when he told Cortez, like, my mom was on life support, we had to pull the plug, she left me broken too, literally broken too. She left the child support for what she do, she died for that 100K, and so will you. Like, that shit gives me goosebumps. And that's a line that works on anybody, kind of, you know what I'm saying? It almost works on anybody. So, like, Nitty could have had this line for the later part of any other battle. And when Nitty gets into that bag where he's not punching, it's different. It's completely different. You know what I'm saying? So I think you're gonna see a lot more of that against Hollow. I don't necessarily trust Hollow in this small environment. When I think about his Arsenal battle, had a good round, but the other two rounds were pedestrian. So, and Nitty's just comfortable on caffeine, right? Like, he's battled already like almost 10 times on caffeine, I think, between Cortez, Drugs, Reese, C3, Don, Holmesy, that's 7. Then the 4 Ultimate Madness battle. He's battled 11 times on caffeine. You know what I'm saying? So this is a guy that knows the room completely like the back of his hand versus Hollow making his debut. So that's just something to keep in mind. Let's read the chat. Nitty does more than just punch. He's adding more to his arsenal, says You're on Fire. The only time I needed a reaction, Lil Reggie says, that was amazing. Hollow's caffeine premiere. Yes, Jav. We've heard all the Nitty angles. They never work. Interesting, Marquise. Lil Brown, what up, Lil Brown? Salute. I just realized I spelled Arsenal's name like the battle rapper. 2-on-2 is not on caffeine. If you're talking about Hollow's 2-on-2, this is before caffeine existed. This is Summer Impact Summer Impact in North Carolina. This is before caffeine. Is there any concern for Rum Nity battling Hollow the Don on 20 days prep? He just battled Nex yesterday, right? And before Nex, 2 weeks ago, he battled Geechee Gotti. So from the 28th till July 17th, it's only 20 days. Is there any concern for Nitty battling in 20 days prep for one of the biggest battles he's ever had? We just have to ask the question. Tata says, nope, no, Rum writes fast. I hate you, Nitty. Hollow voice. Him and Geechee are machines. Correction, Rum murdered next. Nitty could pull a Danny, I'm tired. Lion Legacy says, nah. Look, I'm just going to be honest. I'm sure if on paper we said Nitty has 20 days to battle Hollow, we would all be like, I wish he had a little bit more time. You know what I'm saying? It's more than 14 days, but 20 days is still, like, caffeine got us thinking something different here. Like, caffeine has completely changed our perception of time. Like, 20 days is not a long time. 20 days is not a long time. So, I mean, these guys do it in 14 days, which is really probably like 11 or 12 when you cut some of the days out, like when you're traveling to the place or whatever. So, these guys are machines. These guys are aliens for sure. But I want to talk about a little bit how caffeine has changed our perception of time. In fact, I want to segue over to Official. Talk a little Queen of the Ring. I know she choked against Gaddis this weekend, and there's two sides of it, right? There's people that are like, yo, Official's lost it. She's not the same. But what I think is, it's not so much that she's not. I don't think she's lost a step so much. I just think she hasn't been able to calculate her preparation properly. Right? Because clearly she had a Trae Young shimmy bar against Gaddis. That happened on Tuesday of last week. That means she writes last minute. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, her Cortez battle was April 27th, and this was June 26th, so maybe it was 2 months off. So you think to yourself, 8 weeks is a long time. Yeah, no, not really. Because the battle has to get locked in 21 days out at least, right? So then you're writing and prepping. So that 8-week break turned into a 5-week break. And that's not a long time for battle rappers. Like, there used to be a time period, months, we go months without events. If you go through Official's catalog and just see the dates of her battles, they're really spaced out. They're like 3 months apart at times. So her battling so frequently, right? Because if you look back, let's go back to October, November, December, January, right? February, March, April, May, June. It's 9 months. It sounds like a long time, right? It's 9 months. Sounds like a long time. But in those 9 months, she's battled 5 times when she's used to battling maybe 3 times a year. So just think about that. If she battles 3 times in 12 months on average of her career, and then you fast track it to 5 times in 9 months, you cut out a whole quarter of her preparation and almost double the workload. That's why half of her caffeine performances haven't been up to par. Her Arsenal battle, it wasn't as bad as these last 2, but clearly she was out her element, right? The 40 and Tay-Rock battle are good performances. You can't take those. You can't discredit those. Those are good performances. But the Cortez battle was a debacle. And then this battle coming off that battle was a debacle too. And it's because of the short preparation time. Caffeine has completely changed our perception of time. For better or for worse, because I appreciate events starting on time and ending in a certain window. Like, you knew for a fact, like, all right, we got 3 battles. The event starts at 6. My night will be done by 8 o'clock, 8:30 the most. And the night was done by 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, I think that level of professionalism is really resourceful. But the way the battle rappers are pumping out content and battling so frequently, I don't think it's sustainable for everybody. I don't think everybody can do this. Let's read some of the comments. Harry Truman says they chasing the bags, and the bags are heavy. 4 times says true. Being at a Battle Academy event made me appreciate caffeine more. Yeah, bro. Every time I've gone to an event in a venue so far this year, I just think to myself, like, man, I gotta give caffeine some more credit for their start and finish times. Like, that shit is good. Theory says this is not sustainable and it forces material too. M4 says that's how situations, that's the other situation. How much time everybody gets to write for everybody. Caffeine is at least every 2-3 weeks. Yeah, bro. I mean, caffeine is pumping out events. For Lord have mercy, man. Like, URL averaged 12 events per year before caffeine in the app. In the last 2 years, URL is on pace to do 40 events a year. That's almost 3 times their volume. You know what I'm saying? So, 2 things about that, right? One, everybody's like, oh, I don't got YouTube drops. Yeah, but you got 3 times more of an opportunity to get a plate and a bag. Like, so that's one good aspect. But on the other side, if you're rotating the same talent, you're putting people in a cycle that they have to constantly work, and they suffer because material could get watered down, their brand can lose some exclusivity from being so accessible, or they can not sustain this level of performance and preparation, and things like this happen to Official. Clearly, when Official can get some of her material out in these moments that she's had lackluster or difficult performances, she has good material. Her second round for Gaddis, I don't want to jump out the window, but I almost felt like it was the most reacted round to in that whole battle. Like, I don't want to say it's the best round, but that was the round that I heard the crowd most alive in, most engaged in. And it's like, damn, so, like, you had content here to compete. You just couldn't prepare. Let's read some of the messages. Official's Trey Young bar was hard. Yeah, B-More, it was a fire bar, but you can tell that bar, that shimmy, that shit happened on Tuesday, and your battle's on Saturday. So that's showing me that you're writing late. Gaddis is super outdated, says Hardcore Flavor. I disagree. She was clean and concise. You know, one thing about the caffeine room, we're going to talk about Shuni and Vixen. Shuni says she's heard that the caffeine room was different. And I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I don't know if we have any of the rappers left in here. Let me check. Because I know Elijah and Piranha was here, but they might have already boogie board. The caffeine room, I'm not so sure what it is about the caffeine room that's so different than a regular small room. Maybe it's just the pressure of knowing the audience size is probably the biggest difference, because environmental, I don't see like what's so different about that room than others, and I would love for a rapper to tell me, so that like these are things that I can't pinpoint or understand. So this is the moments where rappers can separate themselves from the media. But Shuni says the room was different, and one thing that I do think that it is different about a caffeine room as opposed to a regular room, Stumbles they just stand out way more. They just stand out way more. You know what I'm saying? And Shuni is a stumble-prone battle rapper. Like, if you watch Shuni's career from start to finish, you as a Shuni fan would know, yeah, she has the tendencies to stumble at times, right? And I think sometimes stumbling is such a weak way to just win a battle, because like it makes me feel like you don't want to try to digest the content. You just want to digest the energy between two people that are matching their intense energy, and one person is a little cleaner than the other. Like, that matters. Don't get it twisted. I think that does matter. But it kind of dismisses the entire case of, like, their material. I think Shuni had good material. Good material, and the stumbles just kind of were costly. But what's more costly than stumbles is water breaks. Like, water breaks would just destroy everything. You don't take a water break unless you got the crowd going crazy and you earned your water break. That has to be like a rule. Like, I think I just seen a message about the water break. Oh, you're on fire. He says it too. Even the water breaks look crazy. And let's read the messages. M4 says, in the caffeine stage, your bars got to catch the crowd and you can't wait for crowd reaction. The water breaks look crazy. They do look crazy. In this new era, if you just rap, you get called outdated. Harry Truman, that's a strong point, man. It's a strong point, because this room does cater to the rapper that wants to just be in a cadence and flow bag, and Gaddis is like that. You know what I'm saying? Stumbles is not chokes. I agree with you, CJ. I don't think stumbles can make you lose a round, but I do understand if the round is close and there's a stumble, people are just gonna say, oh well, this person stumbled, they lost a round, and I think that's a little unfair. That's just my opinion. Water breaks mess up Flames in the third. Just hardcore flavor. Flames gonna take a water break. Flames gonna take that water break. The caffeine room and energy is for a true lyricist. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't agree with that because I've seen Kid Chaos lose to Lou Castro. I've seen JC lose to Loso. You know what I'm saying? I've seen pen-heavy dudes lose in this setting to people that are not pen-heavy. So I don't know. I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? There's a solid sample size of people just lyrical-ass pen dudes sometimes lose in this setting too. It happens. Tay Rock lost to not Tay Rock. Chilla Jones lost to Tay Rock in the caffeine room. Rock's not more lyrical than Chilla. Rock's not more layered than Chilla. In fact, there's no excuse for that. Rock was an underdog. Rock was an underdog going into the battle and came out winning the caffeine votes and the app votes, and for the most part, all the votes I've seen between media outlets. So, like, I don't know if the pen guy always wins in this environment. Not always. Let's talk a little bit about Vixen's performance, because I hate to always highlight the people that stumble or choke and never give credit to the other people. I want to talk about Vixen's performance and then Gaddis' performance, and then we'll get to the battle of the night, because Hard and Flames deserve their own slot on this segment, because wow, they put on fireworks. What do you guys think of Vixen's performance? Let's talk about it. Vixen had better bars. Shuni had better bars, but Vixen won, says B More. And B More, let me tell you something. That's okay to say. I'm not even mad at you saying that, as long as you acknowledge that it wasn't executed. Because I can write a better essay than you, but if my punctuality and my indents and my MLA format's not right, like, who cares about the content? It wasn't packaged right. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's okay to say. I respect that. Vixen versus Ill Will, Kings and Queens 3 says 4-time. Vixen was great. Hardcore Flavor says Vixen was A+. Surprised Hardcore Flavor said that. He doesn't say nice things very often. Lion Legacy says, I agree. Vixen's back in her bag. Hence how Reed beat Rum. Tata. Shuni said, run a bullet in your head, let it jog your memory. That was fire. That was fire. Or give you a shot and let you wait for the other like a vaccine. That bar was fire by Shuni too. Shuni had some good content, man. Shuni had some really good content. Could have been a classic if Shuni didn't F up. Vixen tweeted out she wanted to battle real sick. Oh yeah, we got that on our radar. We seen that. I think Vixen had a Woman of the Year level performance, and I don't think anybody should be surprised. One thing I want to point out. Let me take a sip of this. One thing I want to point out is Vixen may have lost to Loso, and Loso may have had one of the best rounds of his fucking career. But if you're losing to somebody's career high performance, that's not a knock. Like, I remember when Vixen lost to Loso the day of Kings and Queens when we had our after party, everybody in the chat was saying, yo, Vixen still fought back. Vixen didn't give up. Vixen didn't quit. Vixen tried to rebuttal and may have messed up her momentum, but she fought through it. Like, she showed a bunch of characteristics and quality in a loss to show me that, like, if Loso didn't come at the level that he did, he probably could have lost that battle. So there should be no surprise that Vixen is performing at this level. Vixen's in her prime. Vixen is absolutely in her prime. Let's talk a little bit about Gaddis real quick, and then we'll talk about Flame's Heart. What do you guys think of Gaddis' performance? I know I've seen a couple people say it was outdated. Hardcore Flavor was not a fan. But I'm curious to hear what you guys think. All right, B1, one thing we don't do the win by defaults, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm never going to penalize the person that was a professional. All right? I'm never going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. That's not fair. It's not fair for me. You know what I'm saying? I understand that battle rap is a collaborative effort, so everybody wants good content on both ends. But if one person brings good content, the other person doesn't, the person that brought good content, you can't penalize them for doing their half of the job. I'm sorry. Gaddis was wigging. Gaddis was on point. Gaddis was crazy. Gaddis said, I'm Beyonce, you belly rolling. Yo, bro, you don't hit every shot you take. You miss from the field too. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's alright. But I will say this. I thought Gaddis had a good debut. She's going to give you a little bit of everything. Flows, cadence, jokes, bars, punches. I really like the little... I like the in-between banter and, like, the little things she was doing. Like, when the official was choking, she sat on the floor. When the official was choking, she had, like, a hand on her thing and she was, like, asleep. Like, I like that little stuff because, like, your personality is on, like, full display. And those little tricks kind of give you momentum or take away from your opponent. So Gaddis is really smart and calculated. As far as material, I thought her first round was her best round. I wasn't overly impressed with her other two rounds, but she definitely won them because of the circumstances. And I do feel like this is a case now where people are still not all the way sold on Gaddis. Unfortunately, I think people are not going to be all the way sold on Gaddis. They're gonna discredit this win. And I don't think you should, because I'm just not a fan of discrediting a battle rapper that was prepared when the other person wasn't. But what's a big takeaway is that Jazz, this is the second time Jazz had to be front row and center to official choking. I think Jazz is fed up. She's fed up. She's fed up, and she's coming outside, and she accepted this Gaddis battle. I don't know if it'll happen before her and Fit. We don't know at this moment. That's on the league and what's on demand, but she wants to smoke with Gaddis. She's seen enough. She's seen enough. So if Jazz is out here ready and willingly, verbally accepting a battle with Gaddis did enough for what she had to do. All right. So can't downplay her. We will see Gaddis again. Let's talk about A.ward and First Lady Flames. We got about another 10 minutes here. Man, that battle was incredible. I'm going to throw it to you guys. Please talk to me about First Lady Flames versus E Heart. Tata says that was a classic. Thank you for the props, Tata. Gang, 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 gang. Harry Truman says classic. You're on Fire says best female battle so far this year. My brother, I'd have to agree with you. Hardcore Flavor says top 10 battle of 2021. Woo-hoo! Hardcore, I might have to agree with you. Anastasia said I missed it. Anastasia, you missed a goodie, brother. A great battle, not a classic. Hey, Pass, I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel you. I know people don't like to use the classic word prematurely, but there's other fans that just engulf themselves into it, and I'm not gonna tell nobody how to feel about a battle if they love it like that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm gonna let them have fun. I'm not gonna rain on their parade. I think you need to give battle time for it to be a classic too. But, you know, people are just really, really happy. So I'll let them be happy. Lil Reg says, I knew it would be battle of the night. Already knew it was going to live to the hype, says Lion Legacy. I've watched it 3 times since Illinois won. Peatland says more like a top 5 battle this year. It's a female classic. I hear you. Finally, a mirror match worth looking back. The last instant classic was Beat Out and Saga. Yeah, that battle was crazy. Beat Out and Saga, I think, made it like a year, just a couple weeks ago. Heart Stirred. I don't have a winner for this battle, guys. I don't have a winner for this battle. That's what I want to say. Shout outs to Lo from New Era. I don't want to copyright her tweet. I don't want to say this and act like I said this. So I'm just going to give her props because she had like a great tweet that I really thought like this really defined First Lady Flames. She said, how the hell does First Lady Flames have a mirror match with JC and E Heart and they both sound nothing alike? That's hilarious because she's in front of JC and it's almost like, oh, mirror match. Then she's in front of Heart and it's literally a mirror match too, physically as well. And it's like, wait, Heart and JC are nothing similar. How the hell is she like both these people? This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. But Loso on the Leap yesterday made a very, very, very great point about First Lady Flames. And I want to read this quote from Loso and a quote from First Lady Flames. He says, First Lady Flames has lost every caffeine fan vote so far, but she has fire and cooking every single time. Even if you think she took an L, you cannot deny the fact that she is cooking. And First Lady Flames says, end quote, if you're more concerned with having a win than having footage that can be replayed forever, you need to do something else. And I think it's clear, like, look, the one thing about battle rap is that there's a big conflict with fans, right? Like, does winning matter, right? And there's people that just want to be entertained. And I feel like there's battle rappers in their career. It's so nuanced because it's no right or wrong answer. But there's battle rappers in their career that their career is going to elevate faster with good performances in debatable battles as opposed to others that are going to elevate faster with victories. First Lady Flames is somebody that is going to elevate with high replay value battles and debatable battles. I know people have her beating Vixen. Some people also have her losing to Vixen. I know people have her losing to JC. People might have her losing to Heart. What cannot be denied between all those battles, whether you have her winning them all or losing them all, is that she was good. And in fact, in my opinion, she got better every battle. Against Heart, that was the best Flames we've ever seen today on camera. So when battle rappers are bringing career high performances, they're raising their ceiling, you know what I'm saying, and they're elevating their pen, their performance, their level as a battle rapper. Like, you just gotta tip your hat to that. And E Heart came and proved to us who she's supposed to be. I know she's had a couple shaky performances prior to this, and in battle rap, you know, it's kind of what you've done for me lately. We're wondering if you've lost a step, you know what I'm saying? But that was not the case for E Heart at all. That was not the case at all. Let's read some of these messages. Flames from where? Flames is from Richmond. Losing is the new winning when it comes with big high replay value. The thing is, M4, that is kind of true though, because like if you're fire in a loss, it's not so much of a loss because people want to see you and they give you credit for being fire. You know what I'm saying? It might affect your ranking when like media get together and make a list, but you're gonna be on the list for being fire. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Daylight told us this years ago. And everybody here is seasoned battle rap fans. You know what I'm saying? This should be nothing new to any of us. Lil Reggie says, material matters more, and that's how it should be. I agree with you, Reggie. I agree with you. Having debatables over having bodies. See, now, when you have a body with good material, it's enjoyed. But when you have a body and your material falls flat, you know what I'm saying? That's when people kind of, they just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just like. But nonetheless, regardless, I don't ever downplay somebody if they won because their opponents choked. Like, I just respect the professionals. Let's keep reading. Everybody forgets that Gaddis and Flames called each other out. Yeah, Palin, you know, Gaddis and Flames are going back and forth, but now Jazz jumped in, and that's a bigger fish. So Gaddis is like, oh, I gotta get Jazz. Well, I'm gonna take Flames, but I want to see it all. Give me Gaddis and Flames. Give me Jazz and Coffee. Jazz says she would like to battle Coffee at all the new girls. Give me everything. Female battle rap is fully alive. All right, they're alive. It's alive. It's here. It's here to stay. What's next for Flames? Flames is battling Danny Myers next out in that Bloody Scene League out in Michigan. Don't know what to expect from that, but that's her next opposition. She's battling Danny. Flames is about to get bodied. She's gonna die. Look at it. Look how everything changes up. Where's Tata? You see this Tata? They said that she's gonna die. She's gonna die to Danny. I don't know what to expect from that. I want Flames versus Easy. I want Flames versus Easy too. In fact, First Lady Flames called Easy overrated and said she wants smoke with Easy. Man, check that in my veins. Easy versus First Lady Flames, that can most definitely go down in my book. I love that battle. Alright, let's pull up some numbers here. Alright guys, let's talk a little bit about some of the other stuff that transpired over the weekend. Let's keep it moving. Just keep the show rolling. I know DNA's on, and I want to give DNA his slot. He got all the artists on his show today. And I don't want to take up too much time and touch on all the topics for me and CC to have tomorrow. But briefly, I'll talk about Battle Academy. The biggest highlight from Battle Academy for me was A.ward, of course, showcasing his ability on the road, battling Shotgun Suge. I got some A.ward numbers here. A.ward has battled 11 times on 11 different leagues, and he's made 7 debuts so far this year on 7 different leagues. That's pretty impressive. That's very impressive. I gotta give him props. I've been waiting a little bit of time to say this because there's still some more transactions to take place. Quarter 2 of 2021 is finished, so LTBR will be releasing their Q2 reports. Our second quarterly reports of 2021 should be being released this Friday. But I think it's time to say this, man. I think A.ward's a top 5 champion of the year contender. I know we've probably been saying this prior, but I think it's time to officially put the stamp on it. I don't know if I have him. I think his ceiling is 3. I think he's definitely below Geechee and Rum, but his floor is 5. Like, I think he's in the top 5 bubble. And let me tell you something. This guy's making a statement. All right, this guy is seriously making a statement. This Rosenberg Raw performance is going to have a big effect on the rankings. Then he has Charlie Clips, Fonz, and Ryder all in that same battle, all in the same weekend. You know what I'm saying? If he clears that gauntlet, like, I don't know. Lil Reggie says, ceiling at 3, he's not over easy or sick. I don't know though, Reggie. I think you could say A.ward's still having a better year than Easy and Sick. Easy and Sick's only had 2 one-on-one battles. You know what I'm saying? A.ward's had tons. And A.ward and Ill Will is better than any battle so far than Easy and Sick has had. I got to keep it real. That's a better battle than any of those guys. That's one of the best battles so far this year against one of the best battle rappers in the world in a venue of 1,000+ people. I love Easy. I love Real Sick. I know I do, but they have yet to perform in a venue that big. Yeah, he lost to XL, but like, I'm not sure if I'm willing to say that one loss outweighs all the other things he's done. Ill Will, between Arsenal, between Clutch, between Ness, between Suge. Now he's about to battle Raw. Like, I'm not sure if that one loss is going to take away 7, 8 other things that somebody's done. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of drastic for me. But I'm not putting him above Geechee or Rum. Those two guys, I think, solidify between 1 and 2. That's just my opinion. I've never seen anybody say Easy or Sick is in the top 5 for Champion of the Year. Like, with 2 battles, to me, I'm not sure if I'm not sure that's enough. I don't know, Reggie. I think you're dragging the XL loss. I think it is a bad loss, and I think that's what prevents him from being number 1. But he's definitely in the top 5. 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 For me, at least. Well, I don't know, bro. Losses matter. Is he over DNA? I think DNA is a good case to put above Ward. I think if you put DNA at 3 and Ward at 4, I'm not going to argue that. I think DNA's had a prolifically efficient year between Geechee, between Av, between B-Dot. You know, like, those are 3 heavy hitters. And you can argue he beat all of them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, let's say you have DNA beating Geechee, and let's say you have Rum beating Geechee. That means you have Geechee losing 2 battles. Then what? You know what I'm saying? So it all depends. It all depends. But I think Ward is in the bubble. I think Ward is in that conversation. That's all I think right now. You know what I'm saying? Sick making Danny quit has to count for a lot. I think so too, Juan. I think so too. But before Sick making Danny quit, all he had was the Mike P battle. Might be a battle of the year, but it's just one battle. So I think Sick can make a jump to top 10 before the year's over, for sure. So salute to A.ward. Salute to A.ward. Let's talk a little bit about Rum Nity next. We'll close the show off. Reggie said Sick 30 Mike P to me. I don't know, man. Mike P was fire that battle. Would be rookie pussy. I slapped the training wheels off you. I don't know, dog. I mean, I've seen people give it 3-0 to Sick, and I'm not gonna argue that because I think you could make a case for it. I don't think it's outlandish to say that, but Mike was good that battle, bro. Mike was good that battle. You got patterns that rhymes. I got patterns that's mine. Nah, man. Sick was good that. Mike was good that battle, bro. Mike was good that battle for sure. Census say A.ward can't be top 5 with no URL battle. No, that's not true. That's not true, Crash One. That's not true at all. We must protect this house. You're on fire, it's wildin'. Alright, Rum Nity and next, man. Let's talk about that and we'll close things out. What do you guys think of Rum Nity versus Next? It was a pretty good battle. So many quotables. 90-second Rum Nity is a dangerous, dangerous man. I'm not wildin'. You're on fire, it's wildin'. This guy, we must protect this house. This is hilarious. Alright, Rum Nity 3-0. Harlem Hospital giving beds out. I'm choking Next. That line was crazy. Good battle. Next held his own. Yeah, I think Next did the best of his abilities against Rum Nity. Man, Rum Nity has so many lines. I roll up and remove shit like a lint roller. Like, I could just go down my timeline here, and there's so many bars from Nitty that it's just like, what the man? When Nitty told him you thought this would be an upset but got set up, like, I thought that shit was clever. I thought that shit was mad clever. I felt like Rum was like on 70%, maybe even less. Like, you can tell You can tell Rum took it light. Like, you know, if you're a Rum Nity fan, you know he took it light. And even when Nitty is light, oh my God, he is ridiculous. Like, how is that possible? What do you do after eating a big plate? You smoke necks. 40% Nitty. Yeah, no, Nitty was unbelievable. But I do think Next definitely has some dope lines. I got crazy on caffeine. That's what the facts said. I got suicide after murder like Aaron Hernandez. Like, that was crazy. Yo, Next had one line that didn't get reaction. That I was like, yo, this line was kind of crazy. Where he was like, avocado, I'm sneaking in the hammer. I got it in the building and I beat him on camera. That was crazy. The crowd didn't even blow up for that. I was like, yo, that line was fire. That line was crazy. I liked it, bro. I liked it. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a fire line. I don't really hear references like that too often. I liked it. The dead liver line was dope. You know what I'm saying? The dead liver line was dope. Nitty loved that line. I thought the mid-round rebuttal, when Nitty kept calling him his son, and then Next was like, "Oh, call me your son. This is son. I got pop next." Like, that was dope. The Zaza line, it was okay. You know, a line doesn't have to be ass if you don't like it. You know, that's another thing. Real quick, hardcore flavor. You're so pessimistic. You can just say you don't like a line instead of saying it's ass. You can be like, "It didn't hit for me." That's fine. I can deal with that. Like, everything that you don't like doesn't have to be terrible. The mid-round rebuttal was pretty crazy. The biggest highlight for me was that Next tried to push his pen, and that he can show qualities like that mid-round rebuttal. It lets me know that, like, he has good capabilities to be a top prospect out for Ultimate Madness 4 for sure. I don't know what's this living up to a media hype thing, because like what exactly do you want from him? I don't get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's on Ultimate Madness 4. Like, he has a chance to advance on Ultimate Madness 4. Like, he's gonna definitely showcase his abilities there. Do I think he'll make it to the second round? I don't know, man. Elijah Straight is really, really, really good. Elijah Straight is really, really, really good. Reggie, I don't know if I could give you that Truth Watson is a favorite, bro. I don't know, man. Truth Watson's had like 6 PGs and 3 1SKs, bro. Anybody with that many tryouts, I don't know if they can be a favorite. I'm just being honest. Next bars are good, but it's over projecting. His voice seems like overreacting, in my opinion. He is. Next experience will make a difference. Meaning he hasn't impressed the same way Ace and Swamp did on Band 1. I think that's a fair point to say. I think that's fine. I think that's a fair point to say. I think it's a whole different comparison to a degree, but I guess do customs. Trufo should do good if he gets past J2. I feel like Ultimate Madness 4 is anybody's tournament. But back to Next and Elijah, man. I think I'm not sure if everybody's seen Elijah Straight footage or seen his Crucible battles or any of his Gates of the Garden battles. Elijah Straight, he is a damn good puncher. And he's not even using gun bars. Like, when you watch Elijah, you're gonna go through a whole like round of Elijah and be like, yo, this guy can punch at a really rapid rate. And you say, hold on, there's no gun bars here. This guy's pretty fucking good. He's good, bro. He's good. Watch his battle against Knight the Poet on the URL app, or watch any of his Gates of the Garden battles. He's good. I don't think it will be an upset, though. That's the thing. I think people are just... Next is in the eyes of everybody. Like, he's on the Riot. He's on West Coast Elite. He got skipped out the Crucible. He's been on Caffeine twice already. 2 Born Legacies. Like, he's just in the eyes of everybody. But anybody that knows Elijah knows that Elijah Next, talent-wise, are they're at the same level. not the same level, but like they will be competitive. It's not a gap between the two of them. You know what I'm saying? He's a really good puncher. In fact, to be honest with you, I think Elijah compares more to Nitty than Nex does. Be more. We'll be working on it this upcoming Saturday, so sometime next week, brother. Elijah definitely resembles more of Nitty than Nex does. Straight up, like. Watch some Elijah straight battles if you guys haven't seen it yet. In fact, you're gonna probably have to get familiar with a lot of these guys. So, watch little clips of all these guys. You'll realize like, yo, these guys are pretty talented. So, I'm just kind of sad that they have to knock each other out. Plus, Elijah's a Christian battle rapper, so he will be the first Christian to advance in the tournament because Saga and Loso both lost in the first round. Straight is Nitty's son. Next is Nitty's Torque mix. I think Straight is closer to Nitty than Next is. That's just my opinion. He'll be a horseman after this tourney. I would hope so, man. I would hope so. They better pick him up. He's fucking good, bro. He is good. He's good. It's a fine day for slander. Yup, big guy in the building. You came towards the end, brother. We about to wrap things up. Him and Prestavia. Yeah, Prestavia's good, man. I think Prestavia still has this tendencies of having long, drawn setups. But she's solid, though. She's really solid. She's on the radar of a lot of people. She's only going to get better. That's the thing. A lot of these people are only going to get better. For God's sakes, Easy Kid Chaos, Real Sick, those guys that we love them, they're still getting better. So, of course, these guys are only going to get better. You know what I'm saying? Kid Slade. Oh, Kid Slade's a good addition to this, too. People like the way he talks. People like the way he talks. I wonder how many people are going to break out from this tournament. I think we're going to get at least 3. At least 3. You know what I'm saying? Last time we got maybe 4 or 5. Fonz, J, Sick, Easy, Chaos. I think this time we get at least 3 or 4. Real name Brandon's on this, you know what I'm saying? So he's going to try to make an outlasting impression. Piranha's on this. Trufo, J2. There's a lot of dope names on Ultimate Madness 4. But don't worry, we don't gotta get too deep into Ultimate Madness 4 coverage. It's gonna be relentless and non-stop very soon. That pretty much wraps things up for us, man. You know what I'm saying? LTBR Daily. She'd is fired too. She'd Happens is also on this. He's really unorthodox. That guy is different. That guy is different. 3 more days until the Q2 reveal. That's correct. The Q2 will be on Friday. I didn't see the BET Awards. Be more. I was too busy doing a whole bunch of other stuff. Yeah. J2 is definitely. I don't think J2 is a sleeper. I just feel like we still haven't mentally gotten over the orientation, right? The preference of his choice, and that doesn't matter. And Ultimate Madness 4 is going to make you realize that shit doesn't matter. I hope Trufo doesn't try to attack the entire demographic because I feel like it will be predictable. I feel like it will fall flat on his face. Like, what are you gonna tell to this guy? What are you gonna tell this guy that he doesn't already know and embrace about himself? It might work for a few jokes, but in theories, I wanted to use the right wording, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful when you talk about these things. Lil Reggie says Trufo might be in a lose-lose. I don't think he's in a lose-lose. I just think he's going to take a very predictable route that's not going to be effective. You know what I'm saying? Like, just come to rap against J2. Don't come to do all this weird stuff because clearly I can see J2 getting under Trufo's skin way easier than Trufo getting under J2 skin. So J2 will know how to just like mentally like have some kind of control and advantage of the battle. He'll make Trufo walk into a trap. He'll counter right, and then Trufo's gonna be like, oh, I made this whole game plan and it didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work because it's predictable. It might not be effective. Like, don't just do it. Like, we don't want to hear you rap about how somebody's gay. We know they're gay. He knows he's gay. Like, so the fuck what? It might work for a joke or two, but don't make it a whole angle. Don't make it a whole round. Like, it's not gonna work, bro. I promise you, it's not gonna work. I seen a tweet that says this whole demographic is gonna hate me. Do you really want to do this? Like, what if you have gay fans? People don't think about this. What if you have gay fans? Like, what if you have people that are supportive of you, and people just think LGBT is just gay people? It's also lesbians too, guys. So there's a lot of lesbians in the culture. What if the lesbians that rock with you are like, oh, nah, I can't rock with this no more? Is it worth losing that much of an audience for a battle? I don't think so. I don't think so. You got to pick and choose. And when you do all this snakery and this Ultimate Madness shit, sometimes it don't work out. Sometimes it don't work out. All right, man. Let's close things off here. I was supposed to end this early. Ended up going longer than I needed to. These dudes don't actually strategize. I agree with you, Justin. Danny versus J2 was fire. Go check out Danny versus J2. Check out J2 versus Drugs. Another solid battle. Some of J2's highlights. He gets in a disrespectful bag. He has a little bit of an Arsenal kind of disrespectful bag that's really disrespectful. And that shit works. That shit fucking works. You know what I'm saying? So, alright, man. We out of here, man. LTBR Daily, as always, Monday through Thursday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Adios, my peoples. J2 3 off, no watch.